Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you another layout share for my final video in the 12 days of Christmas. This is a makeup video for missing when my dad was in the hospital. So I'm bringing you my 2018, I believe it's my 2018, or no, this is 2017. Album share for my December daily. I did one in 2016, 2017. I didn't do one last year, and I'm not doing one this year. I'm still debating on if I want to do one again. They were fun, but a lot of work, and I end up re-scrapping everything to put into my main album, so I'm not sure which direction I want to go. But anyways, here is my cover, and I just used the Simple Stories album. And hopefully we won't get too much glare. So this was a paper that came with it, and then there is a little bit of sparkle in here because I used some of my Wink Estella in clear to add a little bit of glitter to these pages. So you can kind of catch a little bit of it when you look at an angle. So here is a picture of my grandkids with Santa Claus. We start out, there's a Christmas craft show in our town in November, but I still like to start it out with their picture of Santa. So that's them. And then this was their Christmas picture of the two of them together. And that would have been what my daughter put on their Christmas card. And I just included a cutout of Santa Claus. And then these are just embellishments that I've had in my stash for a while, and they're on the outside because of the bulk. So I have some on the inside of the page protector, some on the out, depending on where it's at. This was an Instagram picture that my daughter took where it put the reindeer and the hats on them, but my grandson Preston with his lip is just the sweetest thing. So just titled it You Better Not Pout, and this is just a fun layout that I love, the little lip. And this page I'm leaving blank, not putting anything in, but I like the pattern on the back side. Here my nephew played for a local football team that went to state, and so this was him playing for the state championship, and they did win. And this is just my husband and I fanning in the audience. I bought myself a new computer that year, so I have a picture of my new computer and the ad of what it was and the model, and I just wrote on here about how it had been 5 years since I got a new computer, and I decided to go with an all-in-one desktop, and I'm really enjoying that. This was my son again, who was in the fire department doing some more training exercises. So this is just some of the photos from their training. Pictures of my friends and I. We went for the Christmas parade in our local town, and we started off at the local winery and have dinner, and then the parade is outside the window, so it's the best way to watch the parade is watching with a glass of wine. So that's that. These cutouts were included with the album, so again I used these in between, and then around the edges I just used the clear Wink Estella to give it a little sparkle. Here are some more pictures of the tree lighting. There is my grandson and son-in-law and my daughter, and then the tree, and just fun candid shots of the tree lighting. This is a photo of our house being decorated, and then the stack of boxes that all of our decorations are kept in, and the chaos and the mess that we have prior to it all being put out. Here's just again another one of the inserts that came with the album, and again I just used a little Wink Estella on his beard to give him a little shine. And then this was just an embellishment I had in my stash with some washi tape, and then I just sprinkled some of the green sequins around it to give it a little sparkle. We took my youngest grandson to have breakfast with Santa. The oldest was sick, so Preston got to have some one-on-one time with Grandma and Grandpa and got to meet Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus and have breakfast. So it was a fun time. And I just fussy cut a Santa Claus out of some paper and just sequins gold doily, and then another embellishment I had for my stash. Here's another picture of Preston with Santa, a Christmas tag. These ho 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 gem words I've had forever. Finally got them into a book. Some of the cut aparts that came with simple stories I threw in, and then again some random shots from having breakfast with Santa. And more photos of the breakfast with Santa and my grandson playing cars with my husband. And then they came with tags. I just recovered the tag on the other side, did some journaling on here, added some twine and enamel dots. And then this is what it looked like with the Believe in Magic of Christmas, and again just sprinkled it with enamel dots. Here I made a shaker pocket with just random sequins, stars, clear and red, and more of the shots of him at the breakfast, and then just a regular shot of him with his grandpa. Here is again more of us putting up our decorations, the dreaded fluffing of the Christmas tree as you're trying to put up the artificial trees. My husband found the train and was playing with the train set, getting that going for the grandkids, and and of course that's a bah humbug because we love it when the tree's up, but putting it up is not fun. And here is pictures of my daughter and I when we went down to Chicago. So there's pictures on the Metro train, and then pictures in front of the Macy's window displays, and just random pictures of our trip, more of the window display, the old Marshall Fields clock and their bugles that they put up every year, and just again more random window display. This year they put out a couple of the old dolls that they used to use for the window displays. They used to do these amazing window displays, and they would be like you had Cinderella, or tons of different themed decorations, and you never knew what they were going to do. And they had a crew of people that worked for Marshall Fields that would work year round getting ready for the window displays. So it's kind of sad that they don't have that anymore, because it was a tradition I think everyone in Chicago looked forward to. Their windows are still cute, but nothing like they had been. So, but this year they had put a couple of them out in one of their windows to show the ones of the past. So like here's the Queen with Snow White, here's Cinderella. I forget who this guy is, but they just had several of the old ones out there. Here is a picture of my daughter in front of the tree at the Walnut Room. And here's one just of the tree by itself at the Walnut Room. We get our poinsettia wine, champagne, bubbly every year. So we had a picture of our glasses. And then here's a group picture of all of us who went there that year. And then we head over to the Kringle Market in Daley Plaza. And so here is my daughter and my girlfriend and I in front of one of the Glühwein stands. And here's our cup that we got for the year. And on our walk between either heading for Macy's or heading for the market, we stopped and got hot chocolate, or I got hot chocolate, they got coffee at Starbucks. And so here's a picture of my cup, because, you know, every December daily has to have the Starbucks cup. And then just more journaling on a journaling tag that I covered. And then here is our cookie decorating. So I took pictures of the cutout cookie cutters that we used, the cookies before we decorated them, and all the sprinkles. And then here is my two little elves making their creations, and they did an awesome job. And probably my favorite picture of all was the Christmas cookie with tons and tons and tons of sprinkles. And it was the best picture. And here's where I was able to use some of my old Mrs. Grossman or Creative Memories stickers. So don't throw them away. You can find ways to use them. And like with the December Daily, you want things that are thinner and more flat. And so these worked out perfect. And no one's going to know that these were a product that we've had for years. As far as they know, it's just cookie cutters and cookie stickers. And here's more from us doing our cookie exchange or cookie decorating, and just more candid shots. I think Preston ended up eating more frosting than he decorated. Here Preston found a necklace with a bell on it, so he hung that around his neck and he walked around ringing that bell the rest of the day. And I didn't have a lot of pictures, so I cut it in half and then made it a 2x2 instead of a 4x4 page. And then here's my grandson loving the train again and just laying down watching the train. And here is a selfie that we took of the three of us together. This is just a picture of my living room with all the lights on, all decorated up. And again, got out some of my older stash, like these poinsettias I think I've had forever. So I was able to get some of them on. And then just more pictures of the decorations. And here's the decorations in the box as we're putting them all up. And here is, so we have 3 trees, main trees, and then we have some little ones. So this was the main tree here. Then we have one in the front room that's like more of the handmade ornaments, or the ones that were more brighter colors, and some like vacation trip ornaments, things like that go on this tree. This tree is all my crafty ornaments. And then we have another tree that is just strictly snowmen. So that's this tree here. And then I have another small thin tree that I have like my birdhouses and birds on. And they're just clustered in a corner. So I got pictures of each of the trees with the Deck the Halls. And I used a lot of the Simple Stories 2x2 that came in the paper pack. Here's a picture of my husband wrapping and trying to get everything wrapped and ready to go. Here is another cut apart, and I did use, again, the Wink of Stella on here to glitz it up a little bit. I took pictures of one of the toys that we gave them and the pajamas that we gave them. Here we did a gift exchange at work, so I gave a bottle of wine to one of my coworkers, and I got scrapbooking stuff from another coworker. So I just journaled about that and took pictures of what was given and received. Another one of the tags with some journaling in it. Here is a lot of the movies that we were watching this season. So we were watching Santa Claus Coming to Town. Hell on Wheels on Netflix. Yes, it's your every Christmas story, but we were watching that series and it was actually pretty good. But yeah, not your typical Christmassy Hallmark show. We watched It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas Vacation. You have to watch the Bing Crosby you know, ones. Here's another one of my decorations. This was a newer one that year, a little rocking chair with a tree on it. And then here's a gift that I got. It was a tray with glass and a wreath. This is Christmas Eve, and so selfies with the grandkids, and then just candid shots of all of us at the pizza place and a picture of the pizza that we have. Here is my dad when we're doing our ornament exchange, and all of there's Christmas cookies being eaten, all of the people sitting around for the ornament exchange, and just having fun. My grandson, with his favorite gift of all, was a flashlight. So yes, you can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but if you get the 2-year-old a flashlight, they're thrilled. So there's him with that, and then opening up his other gifts. He also got a ride-on toy that from Paw Patrols from my mom and dad, and he was having a wonderful time because he was trying to scoot it while it was still in the box. Here's some of my older grandson with his presents and unwrapping, and he got a Spider-Man hat, so he was happy wearing that. Here is a picture of the grandkids with their Christmas pajamas on and opening presents at their home. And then everyone came over to our house, so here's just some shots of my sister, you know, my family members, and our cat had to be in the middle of it all with my mom. And then we went for, at the end of the year, I went and had this one go up until almost the end. We had an anniversary party to go to after Christmas, so it's pictures of my husband's family and just candid shots of them at the party. And then I ended it with just a couple of the cut-aparts at the end. And that was it. So I'm happy with my, so far, what I've done for my albums. Like I said, they were a fun thing to make. I don't know if I'll do it again. I probably will, because I did enjoy it. We just don't, it's not like we have kids anymore and that we're doing things every single day. We're busy, but not to where we would document every day. And so for me, just putting those events into our main scrapbook album, it works just as well. So I want to thank you for joining me for the 12 days of December. Sorry I was a little late on the 2 of them. And I hope you all have a happy season, no matter what you celebrate, whether it be Kwanzaa, Christmas, Hanukkah. I hope you just have a blessed season, and you all have a wonderful time with your families. Thank you again for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already and would like to, please hit the subscribe button down below. I am enjoying myself. I have pretty good plans for 2020, where I'm hoping I can really concentrate and have a schedule, which I haven't done yet because I just started and I'm just starting to play. So I think there'll be good things in the new year. So you all have a wonderful day, and thank you again for watching.